a lot of fire making today, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
That would be great. Hello, thank you everybody for tuning in to this special segment of Bengal Banter. Today we are going to be learning multiple techniques of starting a fire. We have Robert McGill, Army veteran of 10 years, with us. He will be the one showing us how all this works. So Robert, how did you start dealing with fire and making fires?
The first time I started, or the first time I was introduced to fire was when I was about 3 years old. I had a fascination with matches, and I actually lit part of my house on fire.
So 3 years old.
Yeah. That was back, in the day before the big safety warnings and all that about matches and kids. So we learned quite quickly that, it's an education thing that we need to teach our kids, and that everybody should know, the proper handling and use of a fire. Make sure that safe handling techniques and where and when you should, have a fire.
Yes. So, thank you for your fascinating, interesting story. So Robert, lead us away.
Okay, so when starting a fire, there's a lot of different ways to start a fire. You have different kinds of kindling, everything from chemical kindling, like this wet fire. Okay, this is great. It burns for about 10 minutes, and it really helps if you're into like a wet climate. If what you're trying to light on fire is wet, it helps it dry it out a little bit more. Okay, these are also cooking tabs for a little camp stove. Okay, these will also burn for about 7 to 10 minutes.
Those look like those airborne things where you pop into water and it fizzes up.
Yeah, definitely don't put that in your drink. It wouldn't be very good. This right here is also a form of impregnated gauze or cotton. Okay, what it is it's a mix between petroleum jelly and cotton. Okay, it acts kind of like a candle, and it will burn for quite a while. The next thing that people might want to have, that they always have in their house, whether they like it or not, is dryer lint. Okay, It's very, very flammable, very easy to pack. It packs down very, very small.
Did you get that from this morning's laundry?
No, this was last week's laundry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and the next that you would want to do would be like some crumpled up newspaper or magazine. Okay, you want the non-waxy paper because the wax kind of makes it a little bit harder to start. Okay. And then once you get that ignited, then you want to go up to your smaller wood chips, and then to your larger wood chips, and then to your sticks. Okay. So there's a lot of different tools that we use to start fires. Okay. Some that everyone recognizes, is the easiest. Okay. It's just a lighter. The next is storm matches. Okay. These are great if it's windy out, because they also have a lot more of the accelerant on the stick versus just the tip. Okay, so it burns a lot fire, or a lot hotter. Nice. Then you have your regular waterproof matches, but now we're going to get into some of the funner things. Okay, this is going to be like the flint and steels. Okay, we have 3 different versions with us here today. Okay, and you're going to experiment a little bit with each one.
Okay. Wish me luck.
Okay, so the first one we have is this one by Sol. Okay, it's just like a lighter. Okay, you grab it with your thumb, you give it a little flip, and it shoots some sparks. Okay, want to go ahead and try that?
Doesn't matter which way.
It has a little arrow.
Okay.
Fairly easy, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the next we're going to do is, this is the traditional flint and steel. You'll find this in a lot of scout kits. A lot of stores like Walmart and whatnot has these. Okay, you have a flint rod and a piece of steel. You grab it, you just give it a good little go.
That's a huge spark.
And it throws a lot of spark very quickly.
Okay.
It is a little heavier. You have to use a little bit of muscle and make sure that this little hard lip is the one that's pressed on the metal.
This part?
You have that hard part and then a rounded part. So you want this part.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Okay, little sparks here, little sparks there. There you go.
That's better. Okay. Not as scary as I thought.
Right. Okay. So, and the last, this one's one of my favorites. Okay, this collapses down fairly small. Okay, fit it right in your pocket in a bag. Okay, push the little button, pops right out. Okay, with this one, there's a little metal plate. You squeeze it with your fingers, so you pinch it between your pointer and your thumb. You just press it down on your kindling, and you just press down. Okay, and it creates quite a lot of spark. We'll go ahead and try that.
Okay.
Yep, so just pinch down this little metal plate. Yep, and then press down. See? A lot of spark.
I did it.
Okay, so right here we have...
That was good.
Right? See, now Mary June's becoming a little firebug. She's gonna light the table on fire in the studio.
Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone.
Okay, so what we got to do is we have a little bit of newspaper right here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put this in our little pot, and Mary June is going to start a fire using flint and steel. Okay. I will let you pick if you want to use that one, the lighter, or the big one.
Okay.
You'll probably be more successful with that one. Yep, no, it's fine. Just push down. A little more pressure. There you go.
Okay. Here you
Okay. So now I'm gonna give a little example of how to do this. Okay.
The expert.
There we go.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Yes.
So when you start a fire, okay, you're gonna start with something small, okay, such as the paper, and then you're gonna go for things like small wood chips, okay. Throw those on top; they burn a little bit better, okay. And then you go to the bigger wood chips, and then you go to your actual sticks and logs and stuff like that, okay? So now you guys have been exposed to some of the certain ways to start a fire.
Oh, thanks, Robert, for sharing your knowledge on all this fire starting equipment. It's really fascinating.
Okay.
Special thanks to Robert McGill. This is Mary June from Bengal Banter. Ooh.
Spray it more, Kyle.
It's not allowed.
There you go.